Alright, so I'm fishing today, but this is not a fishing video. I just wanted to kind of give a little bit more information on my video yesterday because I was pretty hard on Brian Davis, and I think that some of you might be wondering why I was so hard on him because, to be honest, you know, a lot of what he had to say, you know, taken in isolation, taken kind of out of context, is not so bad. I mean, obviously, he's right that, you know, the church should be interested in creating people who pray and people who want to love their neighbor and people who want to spread the gospel and things like that, and people who, you know, aren't surprised by evil. You know, he said, you know, we should be cultivating people who expect evil. You know, I wouldn't word it that way, but yeah, I mean, we shouldn't be surprised when people do evil things. But the problem, why I reacted so negatively about it, is because what he seemed to be doing is really twofold, right? So he was making this point that the church shouldn't be specifically involved in certain civic, you know, laws or actions, but that individuals could be involved in those. And I find that to be such a weird point to make because it's almost like, you know, your civic engagement, what you do as far as how you vote and what laws you promote, that's outside of the purview of discipleship, of Christian discipleship. And that is so wrong. It's hard to even know where to begin. I mean, how you engage in society, there's a moral aspect to that, right? And so, you know, he says at one point, you know, you can protest if you want to or something like that. And I suppose that's true, but, you know, certain kinds of protests, you know, a Christian cannot do. I mean, there's a moral element to that. And so to say that that's somehow outside of the realm of Christian discipleship or the discipleship that a church should be involved in, that's just so misguided. Again, it's hard to even know where to begin. And then as far as, as far as the rest of his presentation, he definitely leaves the door open for all of what Justin has to say. So Justin's like, yeah, you know, we should protest, we should do reparations, we should encourage, you know, all the people that are disenfranchised from voting to vote. And really, you know, the only thing that Brian Davis disagreed with him about is that the church should take positions on those things as opposed to individuals. And so, you know, it's really not a debate at all. I mean, you know, it's not, he made it seem like almost like there is no moral element to some of this stuff. And so Christians can do both sides. Look, every law that is enacted is a claim on morality. You know, is it moral to allow, you know, Hispanics to vote or not? Is it, you know, is it moral to allow women to, oh, here's one. That one, it's a small one. Oh yeah, nice pull here. He's jumping. Nope. There he goes. Oh, he pulled the hook. He pulled the hook. Oh, I had one. Anyway, you know, every law that's enacted, there's a moral element to it. And so it's not outside the purview of Christian teaching. And it's just like, so again, like he gave Justin all of the argument. The only bit that he didn't have is that the church should be specifically teaching certain things. It's not that Brian is against those things that Justin was talking about. It's that, you know, the church really should be silent on it. They should be disengaging with that. You know, the morality of reparations, well, you know, the church shouldn't really teach on that. I mean, maybe it's moral, maybe it's not, that kind of thing. And that's so messed up. The other thing I noticed too about Brian Davis, and this is another reason why I responded so negatively, is that he basically says, you know, you can try to change the law, but just know that it's not going to work, right? Like, you can try to make more just laws, and you can pray for just laws, and you can weep for just laws, but the church really can't go for, you know, can't teach what the just law is. Individuals can, but the church can't. And by the way, just know that you're never going to win. You're going to always, oh, I lost my bait. That stinks. That's a nice bait. The church is always going to lose. And so basically his position is, go ahead and fight if you want to, just so long as you don't actually try to win, is basically what it is, because you're going to lose and Christians need to expect to lose. I am so sick of this loser theology. I'm so sick of it. It's not biblical, and it's so damaging. I mean, think about a general, right? A general that goes out there and says, you know, we're gonna spread the gospel, but it's never gonna change anything. We're gonna promote justice and promote loving your neighbor, but it's never gonna work. We're gonna promote what's good, but evil's always gonna win until the end. You know, after, you know, in the new heavens and new earth. It's just like, man, that's not the biblical message. I'm sorry. I know a lot of you believe that. It's just not, and it's just so damaging to people today. That's why I responded so negatively to it. It's just such a poor debate. It's such a poor debate, and it's not going to work against guys like Giboney, because Giboney's oh, there we go. Ah, that was a bite, but didn't hook him. Giboney's offering a counterfeit justice, but I'll tell you what. If people have a choice between counterfeit justice and no justice, if people have a choice between, you know, the church has something to say about it, it's not the right thing, or the church thinks that this is not important enough, people are going to choose the false stuff every time. I have to say that the woke church's problem is not that they're trying to change the culture and change the world. It's that they're doing it in a evil way. Oh, there we go. Oh, man. Felt like another bite, but I didn't hook him again. What's going on here? This drop shot usually is so reliable with hookups. Yeah, so in any case, it just had a lot of the same vibes as Sean DeMars, where it's like, you know, you can say things about racial justice as long as you say it with like concern and fear and worry, and as long as you have no conviction. Like the church can't teach with conviction on these things, and so maybe it's okay to go for reparations, maybe it's not. And by the way, you can try to make the law better, you can try to make it more just, or you can pray to make it more just at least, but just know that it's never going to work. And the minute it starts working, then you know that's Christian nationalism. Like the minute you are going for justice, Christian justice, and it's working, well, that's bad. That's Christian nationalism. You need to lose. You can go for it, but just always lose, and then it stays Christian. My friends, that is not how the Bible conceives of what we're supposed to be doing on this earth. I think that the Great Commission is going to be accomplished. I think the nations will be discipled. They'll be baptized in the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Maybe not every single person, but the majority of people. And I think that they will be taught to obey every single thing that Christ commands. So anyway, I hope you found this video helpful. I'm going to try to actually focus on fishing here for a minute, because I've gotten 2 bites and I lost both fish, and I want to catch one. So here we go. God bless. There's one. Got one. This looks like a good one. This looks like it could be a good one. Where is he? Nice one. This might be my personal best here. This might be my personal best here. Oh yeah. This might be my personal best.